or welcome back to Soul Divinity Tarot. So if this video has reached you, it is for you, and this is going to be a love reading. We're going to find out if somebody is coming into your life. This reading is for the collective, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Ooh, okay, we already have some cards out. Let's see if we can pull out one more. Ooh, there's like a bunch. So let's just see, what is the message here? So this is from the main tarot deck. Also going to shuffle out of this and see which ones want to come out. So these should be the final cards. Okay, so what is your love life going to look like moving forward for the rest of the year 2025? So okay, we have the Six of Cups. Reach out to others with love and compassion. And then we have one more. A lot of sixes energy, Six of Wands. We have one more, Eight. So these are all in reverse. Take action on your ideal life is moving ahead. Also in reverse, there is always something to do. And use your dynamic energy of a leader. Amazing. So these cards look very promising as to what is about to happen on your love life. So for this part, like in the recent past, you might have been with somebody who you feel like you have a misunderstanding with, like you don't understand them. And that could be for a lot of reasons, but the main vibe that I'm getting here is because you're very self-centric, and you're not very considerate of their feelings, of how they must be feeling. Maybe they're under a lot of pressure. Maybe they're going through some hardships which you know of, but you are choosing to not see, right? So I think this is something that you need to address at the moment. And from there on, it says, like, the cards are really positive. Like, they show that if you're in a relationship, then good, because there's definitely success on the cards for that relationship. It could genuinely turn into something that's really promising. But if you're not in a relationship, then you could be meeting somebody. It could be, it's coming. I'm feeling this vibe that whoever you're going to be moving into a relationship with or getting serious with is going to be somebody that you probably know. It doesn't have to mean that you should know them very well necessarily. Well, that could be the case, but it's not a compulsion. They could also be somebody who's an acquaintance, or maybe somebody who your friend introduced you to them, or maybe you met them like a gazillion years ago and they're just sitting there on your social media and you haven't had a chance to like interact with them as much as you would have hoped, or they would have hoped to. So there's that. But what I'm also getting here is that you might have to take the first step. It could be that they're pretty reluctant on taking a first step, or could be you guys probably want to commit, you want to move into a relationship and you're pretty serious, you're already seeing each other for a long time, but there's no, like, you feel like you've just been hanging there, like you're just in the relationship but you're still not. So I think that is something that you necessarily, like, you must do. Just talk it up. There has to be some kind of movement. There has to be speed, because you've been lingering on for too long. So there's that, and probably because of that, there's some sort of lost faith. There's some sort of stress or frustration. And it just shows that, you have to be in charge. If things are not working out as you would have hoped them to be, you have to be the one to be taking action, because you really want something out of this relationship if you're in a serious relationship, but probably they don't, or maybe they do, but they're just not as flexible, or maybe they're just very reluctant on how to move forward with this. Maybe they have like a lot of pride, or you could say they're a little egoistic, because they just wouldn't, maybe they're just afraid of rejection, and that's why they're planning on keeping things the way they are and they're not moving forward with it. So let's get more messages on theme and guidance on how to approach situations like this if you encounter any. Tree. Oh my god. Tell the tree what you really think. This is such a clear sign. Like, if you feel, you just let it out in the universe and let that person know that you actually really like them, because then in that case, you see the staircase, you will reach your destination with this relationship, because in that case you'll be liberated. You'll know what's happening. Like, if you know that this if this relationship is not fated to work, it will go to fumes. Like, there'll be nothing left of it, but you have to take the first step. But if this relationship is supposed to be everything that you've ever wanted in your love life, even in that case, you have to take this step. I know it's a risk, but for your peace of mind, you have to take the first step, and you also have to not be reluctant. As in, I would, what I would say is that don't jump into it directly. Plan how you want to say things, but say them, but then also understand your partner's state of mind. Like, understand the hardships that they're going through, or whatever situations they're going through, but you actually have to tell them whatever you're feeling, just in good time. Let's see, what else do we have here? So, wow. Your soul is preparing to reestablish trust in the process. Of course, it's very clear. I love that the main tarot already laid all of these messages out for us. And wow, love can conquer anything. So if you truly believe, like, if you truly have real feelings for them, just go ahead and tell them, because matters of love are truly, they're destined to be. Like, whatever will be, that is for sure. It's not even in our hands, whatever kind of relationships we foster, what kind of people we meet in our life. So of course there is a higher power behind all of this, that is for sure. And but sometimes, of course, I don't know if you've heard of this saying, even that God helps people who decides to help themselves first. So I think this is your first step. Like, be understanding of what your partner is thinking or going through at the moment. It could be good or bad. Just, read between the lines. And accordingly, just prepare. I wouldn't say exactly prepare. Just be truthful to yourself first and say what comes to you. Just be truthful about it. Just be yourself, rather, and tell them what you really think. And in that process, you see there's also this couple. So there's definitely, it looks like it's a very promising reading, a very promising love reading and prediction for you. So if this video has truly reached you, believe me, this is for you. Now let's move on to the love oracle cards to see what the love cards have in store. Ooh. Okay, we have, so this potentially is a karmic relationship. There has been a lot of lessons involved. There's been, like I said, like, maybe your partner is reluctant, so it's like a fleeting relationship. There's nothing really nothing serious really happening. So what that leaves you with is turmoil and lessons. And the deal is, you try to let go of it at all the times. It could also be a relationship with maybe this could, if you are not in a relationship, then this could be from your past relationship. Like, you could have felt like you were in a turmoil, you were you decided to like not like that person and you resented them. There were a lot of lessons and you decided to let go and you made efforts to love yourself. So that was a karmic relationship. So if you're not in a relationship, good for you, because you actually got past that part of that part of the karmic relationship that you were not really supposed to be in. So that is something really good. But moving forward, there's definitely good things, because even if you don't want to get in this relationship, even then this reading is for you, because love conquers all, love conquers everything, right? So it just simply means that you need to show yourself some love and be truthful to yourself. Like, tell yourself what you really want. Maybe write a journal, tell your diary your real feelings, like, dear diary, I'm trying to love myself, right? Camera. And in the process, you're definitely making memories, and this is probably going to be a part or a phase of your life that you are going to be reminiscing for a long time. Like, this is going to be your favorite relationships part. Okay, the stake, there's competition. So maybe you're in competition with a girl that you don't even know of, because they could be involved with somebody else, and that is why you have to be very clear about how you feel for them, because there's a high chance that they would just come, they'd want to clear their conscience and they would just say whatever they're feeling. So that's a possibility. So be mindful of what you're trying to say. And then even though all of this is like panning up nicely, it clearly okay, I'm sorry guys, but this says like you have to spend more time with friends, like, moving on from somebody, like a bad relationship if you're single. So you're happily single, living in the moment and having fun. And if that's the case, there's nothing wrong with it. Just be yourself. There doesn't necessarily have to be a partner at the moment. And just as I say that, the cards have to define me with an engagement ring. But this is for people, like, I think this is a clear message, and I think this will be the last card here. Whatever challenges you might have been through in the recent past with your partner not being committed to you, or having a hard karmic relationship in your recent past, so all of this leads to you having to release whatever feelings you have, and saying, or maybe not committing, but saying, like, just confessing your feelings to your potential partner, just maybe making like the first move. So that's something that you'll have to do. And if you actually help yourself with this, then you'll probably have a lot of memories that you would be reminiscing for years to come. And all of this could eventually lead to an engagement, which is so beautiful. But the great and the certain thing here is that whoever's going to be your partner, whoever's going to be your final man or your final girl, they're going to be really amazing. That relationship won't be like something that just snaps, like, it just starts and then ends, and there's breakups and buttload of shit. But even if you have to go through all of it, that is the relationship that you would have asked, that you've been asking for. There's commitment for sure. There's commitment, and it's not like you commit today, but 2 years later you decide, oh, this is not for me, and then you end it. This partner, or whoever's your final partner, they will bring a promise of love. There will definitely be love. Love can conquer everything kind of love, and that will end up in an engagement. There will be partnership, completion, there's union, and